What's good, sports fans? It's your man RD in the place to be, back on these hot A streets of Texas, baby. Oh my goodness, should it? I'm here with another behind the wheel sports report for really different sports. About to tell you what I see is gonna be not only in the world of sports, but in the political and the physical world of reality. As we all see it. If you've been locked away in the cocoon somewhere, maybe you don't know that there is some real turmoil and unrest in Missouri, in Ferguson, Missouri, outside, a little suburb outside of St. Louis. A young African-American man lost his life after a smash and grab, you want to say, not really smash and grab, just a roughhousing kind of affair. He committed a crime, at least alleged committed a crime, and when encountered with the police, he lost his life with his hands up. And so the people in that fair city are rightfully upset and rightfully disturbed by the actions by the police department and the subsequent actions by the governor and the rest of the state officials. It's gonna get better, y'all. It's gonna get worse before it gets better, but it's gonna be better. We have to continue to be the change we hope to see in the world, and for that, I wish that everyone in Ferguson and all over the world would just take a moment and pray. All right, because prayer changes things. It not only changes the outlook of the event that is occurring, but it changes the heart, changes the mind, it touches the soul. So don't be afraid to pray. Never be too ashamed to pray, all right? Because prayer, it changes things. All right, so now back into the world of sports as I see it. You know, the NFL is still just a couple of tickle-licks away, a couple of weeks here, still remaining in training camp. And after 2 preseason games, the Dallas Cowboys still got work to do. I mean, we know that the defense is going to be a work in progress all season. Injuries are starting to mount. We just heard another defensive guy has his career's over. Okay, neck injury, suffered a neck injury, and after MRIs, the doctors are telling him no more football for you. So they'll have to go back to the drawing board at that position. The young rookie, DeMarcus Lawrence, been out. He's going to be out for at least the first 8 games. But outside of injuries, we've had some lackluster behavior out there. Speaking of one, Scandrick, he came up positive on the PED list. Turns out it wasn't the PED at all that got him up on the positive list. It was a little Molly in his drink. So who knows how it got there? At least to a man, Mr. Scandrick did own it. He said he made a bad choice, he made a poor choice, and he apologized. Now, we'll see how far that gets us with a nickel in the nail when this guy gets back on the field. If he's not ready to play, cut it out, all right? That's what I would do, but I'm not Jerry. And if you hadn't noticed, the Dallas Cowboys are the number one $3.2 billion or so dollars worth franchise. Number 1 sports team in the NFL. Number one in all sports, probably the Yankees. I won't go and be facetious in thinking that the Cowboys are worth more than the Yankees, because we know they are the New York Yankees, and 27 titles do count for something. But I digress. What does that mean to the Dallas Cowboy Nation? Man, Tony's going to have to be a superhero for sure, because 50 points may have to be the minimum if we're looking to win a game this upcoming season. But I'm not losing hope. If anybody can do it, I have full faith and trust in the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know if I necessarily trust their GM leadership, but what are you going to do? He's the owner too. He's cashing he's making sure all of the checks that he writes get cashed. So we can be upset all we want. It's not going to get us anywhere. There's a Little League baseball going on. There's a lot of phenomenal things happening for all of the Little Leaguers. There's been some spectacular play for some of the smaller teams. One little team from Chicago is making some big news so far. They got knocked down, but they got right back up, and so far they've got a chance to play their way in to the championship rounds of the Little League World Series. So we'll definitely have to see what happens, what shakes out there. Another little phenom, Monet Davis, has been making news. She earned the cover of Sports Illustrated. I saw the PTI guys, the replacement PTI guys, so to speak, or stand-in PTI guys talking about it. And I don't know. I kind of fall somewhere in the middle. Is it a good thing for Little League sports? Yes. Is it a bad thing for the young lady to be plastered all over the place? Probably not. The best thing, I don't know if it's a bad thing, but you know, the court of public opinion are going to have their say one way or the other, and I for one think it's very much a good thing for her and for her parents, for her to receive this type of notoriety. Now just keep her focused and determined to be the best person she can be, not just best ball player. The ball playing ability got her noticed, and to this point it doesn't look like she wants to be a ball player, baseball player. She maybe wants to play in the WNBA, or maybe win a World Cup title with the U.S. women's soccer team or something like that. So the sky's the limit for Monet Davis and her family, and I wish them all well. The NBA landscape is still taking shape, but man, oh man, there's gonna be one hot ticket in Cleveland, baby. Was in Ohio earlier this week, and to say that the fans are in love again with the NBA thanks to King James, and the city is also in love with Love. Yeah, Kevin Love. He decided to come play with King James. Go figure that. So immediately, before even playing the game, the LeBron-led Cavs are contenders in the East. Yeah. So get ready. It's going to be a hot remainder of the summer. And the sports landscape is going to be ever-changing, ever-evolving. So it's a lot to be excited about. A couple of notes real quick from the PGA. Tiger has shut it down again. He couldn't get it off the schneid with that swing, man. The back was just hurting just too bad. So Tiger shut it down. Lastly, NASCAR. All right, it's the summer of tragedy, y'all. In NASCAR a couple of weeks ago, my man Smoke, aka Tony Stewart, had a run-in with a young driver on the dirt track. That young driver stepped out onto the track while the cars were still going, and he lost his life in a tragic turn of events. It was Tony that actually clipped the young man and sent him to his death. And I send my condolences not only to the family of the young man that lost his life, but also to Tony Stewart. I want to say this to Tony directly. I've only been a fan of NASCAR a few years, and since being a fan, I've been most encouraged by you and your ability to go out and get the job done. This is going to be something that's going to take a long time and a lot of consideration before you come back to the track. And so kudos to you for being man enough to say, I'm not going to race yet. All right. But 2 races now, you haven't competed, and the sport is starting to miss you. So, Tony, if you don't mind, when you're ready and when the time is right, get back behind the wheel, my friend. You deserve it, and the sport deserves it for you. That's it. That's all I got for y'all. I'm going to go ahead and take it on to the crib. You know how it is. You know what it do. It's been your man, RD. Stay up, stay true. Take care of yourself, and don't hurt nobody else. Peace.